Vanakkam. Before I start my address, I think it is fitting that we have an offering to our ancestors. The salutation to the sacrifices and enduring spirit of Hindu ancestors. We offer our deepest pranam to the illustrious Hindu forebears, rishis, munis, siddhas, acharyas, gurus, sadhus, sons, warriors, leaders, farmers, businessmen, artisans, kings, queens, men, women, and children, who through centuries of unremitting foreign incursions stood as steadfast and unyielding sentinels of Dharma. With unwavering courage, they embraced sacrifice and martyrdom, confronted death with divine resolve, and rose in valiant defense of our civilization, culture, and people in the darkest epochs of our history. It is through their indomitable spirit, steadfast devotion, and supreme sacrifices that the eternal flame of Hindu Dharma was kept alive, so that we, their descendants, may walk today with dignity, identity, pride, and purpose. With hearts full of reverence and gratitude, we bow before them in eternal remembrance. Today is also the first anniversary of the passing on of Sri Bibek Debroy, one of India's greatest scholars and writers. We also have lost two great writers in the recent past, Sri S.L. Bhyrappa, who was one of the greatest novelists that India produced, and Sri Gajanan Mehendale, who was the last of the great historians who only believed in primary sources of anything. I request the audience to rise and hold 1 minute of silence in memory of our ancestors as a tarpana to Sri Bibek Debroy, to Sri S.L. Bhyrappa, and to Sri Gajanan Ram Ram. Please have a seat. So I am back Covai for the fourth time as the curator of Western Ghats Literature Festival. Ellarigum Vanakkam. கோவைக்கு வந்தே ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்லலாம். இங்கே மனசும் மனசாரும் ரெண்டு பேரும் ரொம்ப அழகான இருக்கு. I hope that wasn't bad Tamil. It was possible, right? Even my accent is not too bad, I think. It gives me great pleasure to stand here in front of you as a curator of the Western Ghats Literature Festival. The Western Ghats Literature Festival began as a small spark, a thought in the minds of the Veranda Club team that words still matter in a world drowning in noise. And what better place to host it than beautiful Covai, a city that quietly builds more than it boasts, where entrepreneurship meets empathy and literature still smells faintly of filter coffee and rain on red soil. The city of Coimbatore is one of my favorite cities in Tamil Nadu. I keep coming here every year, whether Coimbatore wants it or not, but I love coming back here. The city of Coimbatore has always turned ideas into action, from its industrial prowess to its institutions and entrepreneurial energy. Covai doesn't speak loudly, it doesn't shout, it builds quietly and then lets the work speak. That is the philosophy of the Western Ghats Literature Festival as well. We would like our sessions to speak, we would like our speakers to speak, we would like you to go back with the memory of some scintillating conversations. This year, in the 4th edition of the Lit Fest, we have 2 packed days. We have 15 book launches. Last year, we had 16 book launches. This is one literature festival that is actually about literature, and that is one thing that we are very, very proud of. We have panels that cover temple management, temple architecture to technology. We have panels that cover ecology to economy, from defense to dialogue. We have got some of the great defense speakers here, and you will hear them over the next 2 days. And we have a dedicated volunteer team that treats every author and every guest like family. When we dreamt up of the Western Ghats Literature Festival, we wanted more than just another annual event. We wanted a movement. We wanted a meeting of minds, a movement where authors and readers, researchers and rasikas, publishers and patrons gather together and ask, what stories will shape the next century for Bharat? None of this would have been possible without our patrons and sponsors. They didn't just write checks, they enabled conversations. And because of their generosity, we could invite so many great thinkers and writers to Coimbatore. Were there challenges? Of course there were. No event of this size can be organized without any challenges. It is not easy to organize an event like this without any government support, without any institutional support, or even big corporate funding. But Covai smiled with generosity and everything fell in place. Because when this city loves an idea, it adopts it like its own, like it has adopted Western Ghats Literature Festival as its own. So for the next 2 days, relax. Enjoy the conversations, ask a lot of questions, mingle with the speakers, celebrate Bharat in all her glory. And tomorrow evening, when you walk out of these doors, remember, festivals end, conversations don't. We have proven that a lit fest can be rooted yet rational, erudite yet emotional, cultured yet contemporary, memorable yet modern. Our mission from here? To make Covai not just the cotton capital, but the consciousness capital of Bharat's literary map. We may never be the biggest literature festival of Bharat, we don't have the money for that, but we certainly aim to be the best, and we will be the best. We will return next year, louder in laughter, deeper in dialogue, and prouder in purpose. Until then, keep reading, keep questioning, and above all, keep the flame of Dharma and dialogue alive. Today, for the first time in 4 years, we have posted a QR code there, and I have to say this because there is no shame in saying that. If you would like to help us organize a function that's even better next year, please check the QR code that is stuck on the walls behind, and if you'd like to help, we would welcome all the help. Nandri, Romba Nandri.